Hello and welcome to Bearded Reviews, which, quick disclaimer, is not actually me reviewing bearded things. Instead, I'll hopefully be bringing you games you may not have heard of or want to know a little bit more about before you buy. Today, we'll be taking a look at the demo for Foreverskies. Foreverskies is a first-person survival crafting game set in a post-apocalyptic setting where it appears humans have been forced to flee to space to survive whatever disaster has ravaged Earth. We see at the start of the game our character returning via drop pod with the goal of locating the previous team and learning their fate. In many survival crafting games we'll be familiar with go punch a tree, find a rock, and potentially be wary of how far you can travel from oxygen sources, but this isn't your immediate concern in Foreverskies. Because unlike most games, it provides you with a rather unique landscape. As you exit your pod, you're presented with a view you're unlikely to have encountered before. Stood atop the remnants of a skyscraper, you look out not at undulating landscapes or never-ending sea of water. Instead, you look out at a perpetual sandstorm with islands of skeletal building remains poking out above. They might as well be miles away for your ability to get to them, as reaching the surface is already clearly not an option. As you begin to explore your potential new ruin of a home, the story starts to deliver pieces of information you can review in your datapad and learn why you're there, and hopefully, what to do next. With a little more exploration, you uncover that you aren't stuck on this singular pillar of rubble, but instead you locate the previous team's method of exploration, an airship. Modest to begin with, you can get it out with barely just what you need to survive, allowing you to venture into the game proper, hopping from location to location in an effort to explore, salvage, build, and adapt to your new home. The game's setting really does give you a unique visual feast for the eyes. The feeling of exploring above the clouds isn't something that sounds like it could hold your interest over an extended period, at least in our world. But in a game where the clouds sit below a city skyline, the buildings really give a sense of a world lost. You can be forgiven for losing yourself just staring down below, wondering what the surface looks like and whether anything still exists down there. These visuals at height are potentially not something for the faint of heart. There are many times when walking around the edge of a ship or across a rickety piece of ruin I couldn't help but feel a sense of mortality that with one wrong step I could be falling into the abyss. I found myself stopping just to take in that I was stood on the edge. My real-world dislike of heights would kick in despite being sat safely by my PC. As you explore the game, and despite there being giant moths like flocks of birds, you do truly feel the barrenness of the world. It gives you a sense of lonely adventure along with the excitement of there's no one to stop you going where you please. The pace is a difficult one to judge currently. We are after all playing a demo. We don't have everything to hand, and the demo also has a time limit, so you can feel a little rushed in order to get the most from it. As a side note, it is possible to extend your time by completing a particular quest. However, that was added during the festive season, so you may find it removed soon. Based on my playthroughs though, I would wager when the full game is out with no time limit and a wealth of resources around, you'll have all the basics you need to keep you alive from the start, and so you will be able to take the game as fast or as slow as you please. As to finding your way in the game, if you've played survival crafters before, then you'll be quite at home with what you need to do, whether that's finding food, water, or how to build things. If this, however, is your first foray into the genre, have no fear. The control methods are easy to pick up, with the UI giving you hints as to what keyboard command needs to be pressed, along with quests to progress, or alerts as to what you need to stay alive. Is it fun to play? For me, this is an easy one. Beyond my enjoyment of survival crafters, I love the idea of airships regardless of how practical they are in the real world, so this setting suits me brilliantly. I'm also intrigued specifically by the idea of futuristic airships. As in most games and stories, airships are far more common in steampunk fantasy. The idea of how technology is shaped by the method of transport really gets my creative brain churning. For example, the lure that you attach to the ship being a great example, effectively sky fishing. Overall, this is most certainly on my wish list. Survival crafter, airships, unique setting. I can see myself losing many hours to it when it releases, either as a solo play when I have a free evening, or to stream, where I can explore the story together with my audience. If you're looking to grab the demo for yourself, you can find it over on Steam, developed and published by Far From Home, with a current release date of coming soon. I've been Bearded Squire, and for more game reviews please drop a like and subscribe, and to be extra awesome please drop a comment of what you think of the game, what you think I've missed from this video, or games you'd like me to review in the future. Thanks for watching, and whatever you choose to do with the rest of your day, I hope you have a fantastic time.